mysteries of creation are there. In the sky. Up in the sky. The moon and the planets are there. And new hopes for knowledge and peace are there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Inner Journey weather report for the week of February 14th through February 20th, 2021. And this week, we have a brief report for you, some exciting energies in the collective that can help inform your inner journeys as we talk about them today. Inner journeys, meditation, yoga, vision quest, dreams, psychedelic journeys, all your inner journeys this week. Okay, so let's have a look at this week's forecast. Okay, so this is called Archetypal Explorer. This is Archetypal Explorer here. And archetypalexplorer.com can give you the transits, the planetary transits for any week. This is for this week. And we want to keep an eye on the transits at the top of the graph here because those are the ones that are going exact. And we have Saturn square Uranus here for the whole week and for the whole year, but it's very, very active this week. Saturn square Uranus, that's a big energy that we'll be continuing to talk about for a long time to come because it'll be here all year. But in brief, Saturn is the conservative, the reserved, the mature. Uranus is the exciting, the thrilling, the rebellious. And those two energies are asking to be reconciled now. They're asking to come up with a new combination that is never before seen of these qualities. And that is a great kind of rite of passage for us as we go into our inner journeys. We can actually help the collective incorporate these energies by taking them personally ourselves into our inner journeys and allowing the alchemical transformative processes within us work them out through us so that we can come to a positive reconciliation of these energies. When we see it out in the world, it seems right now it can seem quite conflicted easily. We'll see it as unexpected. Uranus is not only associated with freedom and rebellion, but also unexpectedness and disruption, disruptive, unexpected reality checks that are Saturnine in nature. Saturn is associated with reality checks. Or we see the trusted and certain more conservative or reserved energies out in the world or people out in the world acting in Uranian, unexpected, eccentric ways. So this is a great one to take within in vision quest traditions. Oftentimes in the beginning of a vision quest, people will engage in something that is like a separation where they demarcate the boundary of the vision quest in time and space. They say now it begins in time and here it begins in space. And they separate themselves from their normal, day-to-day lives and engage in a vision quest. And basically setting up of that boundary is important, that they go into solitude. Sometimes vision quest involves fasting. And that's important because that honors Saturn. It honors that I'm mature and I'm going to go through rite of passage and I'm going to step away and create a boundary here. And within this boundary and within this container is going to happen my maturing alchemical transformative process within. And that is only happens because of Saturn and the freedom that we obtain from going through that maturation process is a Saturn-Uranus quality. We experience new, exciting sides of ourselves that are actually new, exciting, mature sides of ourselves. So new, exciting, Uranus, mature, Saturn. So there's actually a freedom of growing up and growing into more responsibility and more roles. There's actually something that frees us into our own true nature within. So the vision quest, meditation, psychedelic journey, we want to honor Saturn by drawing boundaries and having a safe container. We can, within it, experience the true rebellious, freeing energy of Uranus, the disruptive energy in a positive sense. We want it to disrupt our status quo. We want it to free us from our status quo, to allow us to experience new things, new vistas of possibility. And so Saturn square Uranus, that's very active right now. And as we move forward through the week, we are going to get to a Venus square Mars right around the weekend. And how about that? Venus square Mars is a great transit for dancing, celebrating. Venus, the archetype of beauty. Mars, the archetype of action. Venus, the archetype of pleasure. Mars, the archetype of forceful, brave, engaging energy. And when those get together, we get the active pleasure, dancing, sensuality, flirting. We also get the active art, the beauty of dancing, the beauty of socializing and being very active. Mars in our heart space, interaction, socializing, love, friends. So getting out there, being very active can be a great way to wrap up a week of inward looking, of, if we draw those boundaries like we talked about in Vision Quest, and we actually separate ourselves off, we can, as we come out of the week, we can engage in an energy that is more engaging, it's more social, it's more dancing, it's more exciting and sensual and even sexual. And so that's what I feel is an important part of honoring in inner journeys, is that actually all life is an inner journey. Everything that we experience in the world is a reflection of our own consciousness, of which the source is actually us. At the same time, demarcating time for some type of tradition or some type of structure of inner journeys is time to remind us that everything that happens in the collective that we witness is actually an inner journey. It's happening within consciousness. But when we demarcate that time and we make a ceremony or some type of structure around inner journeys, we are reminded of the sacredness of life, because we intentionally see that it's all inner journeys. And then when we come out of that at the end of the week, we can dance. We can dance. These are important things, I feel, about a kind of an inner journey approach to life, and things like vision quests and things like psychedelic journeys and meditation experiences, is that there's a beginning, middle, and an end. And oftentimes at the end, it's nice to reincorporate back into society, back into social interaction, back into an engagement with the wholeness and the fullness of life. And there can be a celebratory quality there. So very interesting week. Saturn square Uranus continues this week. Will continue next week. Was there last week. It'll be with us. We'll talk about it again. But the Venus square Mars is just peaking this weekend. Great time, even if you're not doing an inner journeying at all, or even if you're not even taking that perspective that all of life is one big inner journey. It's a great time for dancing. It's a great time for romancing. It's a great time for just flirting, sensuality, and definitely dancing. So enjoy, everybody. Have a great week. It's such a pleasure to be with you, talk with you, and you can check out the link for Archetypal Explorer below. You can also check out a link for connecting with me below, and have a great week.